Hello everybody, welcome back to Mr. Ryan's art blog. I have a new pretty easy and fun project for us to do today. We are going to be turning this piece of paper here into a popsicle. I have a couple of materials I want to show you really quickly here, just to make sure that you remember them. You can write them down if you'd like, but I have them all available right in front of me. I have, first and foremost, a glue stick. You're going to need that for later on and throughout most of this project, really. I also have a craft stick here, just a craft popsicle stick for you guys to use for this project as well. I have some cut pieces of construction paper. I've cut a couple of different colors of blue. You can use whatever colors you want to make this piece, but I'm using different various colors of blue to make my entire popsicle. I also have a pair of scissors ready to go, and I have this paper here. Now, I've designed and printed out this paper for myself. I'm going to save a copy and post a copy up on the website right next to this video so that you can see and you can copy and paste or save and print it out. You can print this page out bigger, smaller, whatever you would like to do for whatever size popsicle you want to make. But I have mine right now at 12 by 17, nice big piece of paper, 12 by 18 size paper right here. So nice large size paper. I have all of these materials ready to go, and I am going to get started here. So first and foremost, we are going to do step one, and step one is going to be the popsicle stick. We are going to attach this popsicle stick so that part of it is inside of the outline of the popsicle and part of it sits outside of that. So I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm going to start by putting glue on one side, completely on one side of this popsicle stick. So I'm going to hold it carefully and I'm just going to let this glue stick kind of go. And normally Mr. Ryan says you don't need a lot of glue for this part of the project, but for this, because it's a big piece of wooden popsicle stick, you're gonna want to get a pretty good amount of glue on there so it makes it stays on nicely. Okay, so I'm going to set this right towards the middle. I can do a little bit of adjusting before I do any pressing down. I want some of it over the edge, over the lip of this big rectangle with the curve on top here, and I want some of it hanging off, and then I'm going to press and hold. Now you're going to want to hold this down for a minute or so just to make sure that it is completely down and stuck in everything. All right, so I'm gonna let this go just about here, so we should be good here. I'm not gonna pick this paper up soon, so we should be all right. Now, I have taken a full piece, and I'll show you guys a full piece here, a full piece of 9 by 12 construction paper, and I've cut it this way. All right, so I've cut it widthwise so that these pieces are all 9 inches long here. Okay, and the reason why I did that is because if I did the 12, it'd be hanging off a lot. Now, you notice that this overhangs quite a bit. My plan here is to take these pieces, lay them down like this, and as I go, I'm gonna simply take the scissors and cut off, line it up, fingers here, and cut off a piece, okay? So you're gonna be left with some extra paper here, and that's okay. Those are gonna be set on the side. We can recycle those. And then you're going to start simply gluing these strips of paper as we go, okay? So this is second part of the step. There are really only 3 parts to this whole project. Put down the popsicle stick, glue the strips of paper, and then cut it out. So it's as simple as that. I am going to stop this part. I'm going to do a fast-forwarded time-lapse version of this project just to have you guys see kind of the steps here. But before I get going, just as a reminder here, with your glue stick all the way across this paper, and now this is construction paper, so we don't need a ton, so 1, 2, 3 will do. All right, and then I'm going to set it down and press and hold. Now, what I'm planning on doing for this project is to do 2 of each color and then repeat the pattern. Now you can stick these right on top of each other if you want, just like that. You can have these overlap each other a little bit if you want, just like that. Either way will work just fine. But again, every time you're going to line up how you want, you're going to find that edge and clip it off. For those with younger children who are doing this, if you've cut these this far here, you can cut the whole strip, these strips, down to this size beforehand, so the younger student, the younger child, doesn't even need to worry about cutting this part off, okay? So it really just turns into gluing the stick down, gluing these pieces down, and then you can cut that out for them, or they can cut it out themselves with your supervision. A lot of different options here. So step 1 was, one more time, the popsicle stick down onto the piece. Step 2 is starting to glue these pieces down. All right, boom, boom, and then right on top. All right, press and hold, and then keep going. So I'm going to do a fast forwarded version. Once I get towards the top, I'll stop around here and show you guys kind of how I plan to do this top part, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, I have gotten done with most of the popsicle right now. So the plan here is to start working on this top edge. Now what I did, if you saw in the time-lapse video there, what I did was I took 4 pieces. So I did 2, 4, 6, 8, like that. Now I'm just doing 1 strip of each color to get to the top, just to change it up a bit. Looking back, I might have just done 1, 2, 3 of this color, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to get done. But hey, you know, we learn as we go, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So here's my plan for this. This is where life gets a little tricky, okay? So I'm gonna start by making sure these pieces are in the right order here. And I'm gonna go one at a time. And this time, instead of simply cutting long or simply cutting across here, I like to hold this like this. I'm gonna take my scissors and kind of start going at an angle here, okay? So I've got 1 there. And then again on this side, I'm going to go at an angle. Okay, now that's the 1, all right? And then this one's even harder because you have so much to cut off. All right, so I got this, and I'm gonna go, I guess, follow this one, but I'm gonna go all the way up as close as I can here. And then again on this side, all right, same deal. Now we're cutting at an angle here, okay? So lucky for me, I can do stuff both left and right-handed. If you cannot, that's totally okay. But I can do stuff both left and right, so I'm going to use my left hand here and just go boom and cut that bad boy off there. All right, so that should leave me with 2 trapezoid pieces like this instead of rectangular pieces like I was using. So again, last steps here. One thing I did notice is you really want to make sure you get these edges on both sides down as you go, and you saw me in that time-lapse video just making sure that some of those extra edges were down where they needed to be. All right, so think about that. And then for this, all right, boom, glue on. Now normally I would say to everybody, please don't put glue on your piece while it's on top of the white paper, but I plan on cutting this whole thing out, so that's fine by me. There's that. And then I'm gonna take this piece, flip it over, my popsicle. So, got that all set up. Last and final thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to carefully cut this whole thing out. Now what I want to do is I want to cut the whole thing out so I leave a little bit of white around the outside of everything. And the reason that I'm doing that is because everything is glued down to the white paper. So I'm gonna leave just a little extra white just to give me a little more security and a little more strength in my piece here, okay? So a little more security and strength in that. So again, directly across there, you see a little tiny bit of white right there on that piece, and then work my way up and around, all right? So, like that. Turned into a nice line right there. Wow. Boom. Down here, I can tear that off or just pull it off or cut it off if it's getting annoying, if it's getting in your way when you're trying to cut this out. Right. Sometimes I cut all the way down like that just to make sure that I have some space to get into my next cut, like that. Right up, a little bit of white space here. If you need to cut some more stuff off, go for it. And then boom. And the end result is a popsicle. There you go. So I hope you guys enjoy doing this piece. If you do, please let me know. Please send me a picture or whatever, and let me and show off your artwork, show off your popsicle piece here. I'm very, very excited to see them. I hope you guys have fun with this. I hope this is something that you guys can do, maybe as a whole family or a group or whoever you're making this artwork with. So yeah, have fun.